So like I was saying yesterday, like this was the whole ride. Well, not ride, the whole walk. From all the way down at that Circle K to all the way to where we going now. Every day. At least 5 to 6 days a week. And no, I don't own the rights to this music. Just something to ride to. I forget the people's names that we met during the walks. Just walking up the street. Oh, you know, when you're walking around, you see somebody and you start to see them every day. And it's like, hey, you know what I'm saying? You exchange names or whatever the case may be. I just went from there. Sometimes I would kick it with them while he was at work, you know? See how many miles this is. We're at 366 right now. Gotta remember how many miles it is, or do the math once we get up to. And from what my girlfriend was saying, because I didn't quite remember this bridge, and I must have blocked it out of my memory of the walks. Because she did say that they changed it a little bit, so that's probably why it looked different to me, you know. But definitely used to have to walk over the bridge. And I forget the name of the pub that he was working at the time. I keep wanting to say the Coach House, but the Coach House was in Claymont. So I think what they must have changed was that over there, that was all dirt. In 23 years, a lot has definitely changed. Freeport Road. So Main Street turns into Freeport Road. We're now in Aspenwall. It's crazy. That sign for sure was not there. Look at the dinosaur with the mask on. Oh, that is too funny. So there's the Sunoco that I used to sit at while he was at work at the pub right there. I would just be sitting right here on these rocks waiting for him to come out of there. Sometimes just walk up and down the street. It's crazy. Go down here to the shopping center. Giant Eagle was our supermarket. Yo, and at Giant Eagle, once I had Dodge, right? It used to be me and my friend Danielle. And since Dodge is like lighter complected and Danielle is white, they used to always think that Dodge was her daughter. Danielle said I used to be pissed.
It's gonna be about the
Now you're not gonna sit here and tell me that I done pushed out this baby. You give her the credit. You must take a butt. So after all them days that I'd be just sitting around waiting for him to come out, I start to venture off, walking around, whether it be in the neighborhoods that's up here or, you know what I mean, things like that. And go farther and farther, like every day, until I got into the shopping center, especially on like them real hot days and stuff. And, when I would have to use the bathroom and things of that nature, we would, I would just come up here to this shopping center. What is it called? Waterworks? Waterworks Shopping Center, where the supermarket is, the movie theater, and all that. And keep cool up here. I eventually got a job up this way. It was called Bagel Land back then. I don't remember Taco Bell, Pizza Hut for sure. I'm sure for sure it wasn't there almost. We're gonna be behind the stores again. So it used to be a Damon's up here. So after a while, once we got settled and got into our own place and all that stuff, he wasn't working at that little pub back there no more. He started working at Damon's. And that's actually how I met Danielle. Because our crib used to be the crib. Like, everybody coming drinking their 40s. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Sipping on that gin and juice. Our crib was that epic crib. 17, 18, and 19 years old. Good old Giant Eagle. They definitely changed that sign. Because I don't remember it saying Market District. It just said Giant Eagle real big, like how our Giants used to be. But definitely when I used to go back home to visit and all that, if I go into a Giant, I used to be trying to swipe my Giant Eagle card. But once I had Dodge, at that time, I could catch the bus and all that stuff. It wasn't too much of walking with the stroller all the way from, Etna and Sharpsburg. But I would bring her up here. She was only a couple months old, because you got to remember, when I moved back to Chester, she wasn't even 1 yet. Like, her first birthday was celebrated in Park Terrace. But this was definitely the Waterworks Cinema was the movie theater that her and I used to be in. Yeah. And Bagel Land was somewhere around here. All of these stores wasn't here. I don't remember all these stores being here. With me working at Bagel Land and him working at Damon's, together we was able to, do a little bit more. Even though, like, I'm gonna give him his props. Back then, he was the breadwinner, you know what I'm saying? At such a young age, he was holding things down for me and her, And with us being super duper young, like, we handled it. Trust me, we ain't starved, she ain't starved. We was cool. He made it do what it do. That I can't never say he didn't do. Shoot. But yeah. And then right back out of here, do the same thing over and over and over again. But I'll be right back once we get back into Sharpsburg, and I'll give you a little commentary of the projects. The infamous Kogos. The basketball course we used to play at. Because we was kids. We were children. And had to grow up fast. Walked up this hill once we became
Shit might be a one-way.
Well, I don't see no one-way sign. This is the projects. We used to walk up this hill. I was 8 and 9 months pregnant walking up this joint. That my labor and stuff was super easy for it being my first child. You know what I'm saying? My first delivery. From walking up this joint, walking around all the time. First we lived over there with Christina, like I was saying yesterday, boom, at her crib. And then down here with Monica. Monica, her kids, her husband, Robin was living over there. I think that girl name was Shar that lived up on the second floor. Pooter and Troy. But yeah. When we was stealing the towels and the wash rags and all that off of people's clotheslines, it was back here on the back blocks of Sharpsburg. Hopping over gates.